and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 193. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, also known as Corey. Hey. Alongside, he's so fresh that they call him Too Fresh Crash. How are you, Crash?
Hi, I'm doing well.
You love it. You love it. Don't even look. No pushback this week.
No. I didn't push back last week.
Meh.
I told you, you spend a lot less time on it when I don't push back.
So maybe I start spending more time on it like I am currently, because we're talking about it.
Right.
And you'll push back more.
No. Because if I ever push back, it'll always be more. You see, you're getting me to push back right now about this very topic.
So I'm winning. Hey.
No, what I wanted to do was give you an example while going forth.
No, I mean, we're still spending time on it, so technically I'm winning.
I mean, we're not spending time on the name. We're spending time on semantics.
We can keep saying the name if you want, if that would make you feel better.
Fresh Crash?
Too Fresh Crash?
Oh.
No, I don't like it. I don't want you to like it. I don't want you to stop putting it in your Twitch bio and stuff like that. Friends also call me Too Fresh Crash. I will be fuming. No.
Wow.
No.
I know what to change my Twitter handle. You said I had horrible branding.
You do have horrible
branding.
Crash. Oh, no. Yeah. How are you, Crash?
I'm doing well, you know.
Feels weird. Only doing this show once a week and then only talking to you like once a week feels weird.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't see you in chat. I'm not really in your chat because I've not even been on Twitch really this week. It's just a bit like, what's that?
No early morning talks.
No, none of it.
Talks.
No.
None of this.
I literally, I'll talk about it in a second, but I played games it was the first night. When was it? Monday night, Haley went to bed. And again, we're in one bedroom again, so we haven't got a whole house like we used to. It was the first night I didn't want to go to bed at the same time as her. And I was like, what do we do about this? And I'm like, so I just literally, there's like a wardrobe. I just put my back against the wardrobe and sat on the floor. I'm sitting in front of the 55-inch TV playing NBA 2K. I'm like, my life has changed. Like, what the hell? I used to be able to sit at a desk and I could stream and I could do whatever I wanted. Now I'm sat on a floor playing NBA 2K in front of a TV that is way too big for the room I'm in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not a humble brag, by the way. Let me make that very clear.
Okay.
I've been pushed from a whole house to a bedroom. It's not a humble brag.
I just roll back a little bit. You're sitting against
here we go.
Against what was it?
A wardrobe.
A wardrobe. Looking at what?
A TV.
No. What?
A TV.
No, you know what I want you to say. Say it.
A big TV.
No, you need the precise words.
I can't remember what I said. Dyslexia also gives you amnesia sometimes.
Okay, I'll say it for you.
Okay.
I'll say it as you.
No, please don't.
Why?
Because you're going to put on a weird British voice that ain't going to work. See what I mean? It's just, why am I squeaking? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why I go squeaky. Let's move on. No, let's just leave it.
Okay.
Let's just leave it, all right? All right? We're moving on.
I would have nailed you is all I'm saying. Like, that voice would have been on point.
You wouldn't have. Remember, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox show, even though you won't know about the intro, where we talk all things Xbox. If you do want it early, head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. There is going to be a whole load of changes coming in August, so keep your eyes peeled over there. Some new tiers, some change to tiers that people are already subbed to. So yeah, keep an eye on that in August. You can find us on all podcasting services, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, Spotify. Remember to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, youtube.com/mcfixer, where this is uploaded every single Friday, as well as the audio going out on Fridays. And remember to rate us on iTunes. Our Patreon producers this month, we have got our boy Mike Lynch, who is always keeping the lights on, has been for a very, very long time. Mike, thank you very, very much for the support, my dude. And your boy Super Killer Buddy, and he has this to say. If you want to watch a stream where basically nothing happens, and maybe it's not even a stream, and maybe you just wanted to play something but couldn't decide, just like our Patreon producer, Super Killer Bunny. Check them out at twitch.tv/superkillerbunny on one of the days of most of the weeks, 60% of the times, when he's live 30% of the time. Bunny, thank you very much for the support, and I hope you are still listening. Crash, of course. Last week we did the show. Was good show, in my opinion. Good show. We had some feedback. People said good show. We got like one whole tweet. Thank you, Nelson. Appreciate you. One whole tweet. Thank you. And but on that episode, it was there's only gonna be one Xbox now. There's not gonna be two Xboxes. Boom. There's news. and there's rumors, and here we go. Go on. Go on. Talk to me.
No. I got nothing to say.
Okay. Topic of the show is.
I don't want to interrupt you. Just
you sure? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Microsoft is still considering a $60 xCloud streaming console. The source of the new rumors is Farrokh.com, Brad Sams, via a new YouTube video below, but this is not on the article. The article was actually taken from Tech Radar, for those that are wondering, who's spoken to sources inside Microsoft and are familiar with plans for the micro console. According to Sams, Microsoft is driven to create a micro console because it wants a cheaper entry point for its xCloud streaming service. It seems that while a traditional Xbox console is obviously the preferred route, Microsoft recognizes that not every gamer can invest $249, about £250 or Australian $350 in new hardware every few years. That said, an Xbox micro console wouldn't offer the same functionality as a full-size Xbox and wouldn't likely be able to play Xbox One discs. However, it seems likely with the advert of Google Stadia, a game streaming service from Google that can use Chrome browser or Chromecast Ultra to stream games in 1080p. That is, Microsoft is looking at new avenues for its service. If Sam's sources are right, this new xCloud console will scale things back even further than the already less powerful Project Lockhart, potentially limited to the console to the xCloud, a few streaming video apps and nothing else. Crash, my question to you is this a smart idea?
Yes.
Why?
So I think Microsoft already has an edge above Stadia with xCloud in terms of game streaming, because it already has like a base, and now they're like, if you want to get your friend into it, and they don't have an Xbox, here you go. Buy the $60 dongle. You can play games with me.
Mm-hmm.
It'll let you play Netflix, a bunch of apps like that. So it'll basically replace your Roku or what have you.
Fire Stick
as well.
Yeah.
So it replaces a few things, and it lets you stream games as well.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they market it like that, right? That's the way I looked at it. But it needs to be $60. It needs to cost around £50. Like let's put it this way: my mum currently is looking at getting. She just wants Netflix, but she doesn't have a smart TV. So she's like, "Oh, should I get like a Chromecast?" She didn't say this. I'm saying this. I'm like, "Get a Chromecast or get an Amazon Fire Stick," which to her, she doesn't have a clue. She just literally wants to be able to plug it in and it work. If I was doing this for my mum, I'd buy her the Microsoft one just so I could stream games from it. As long as this is easy as plug in, click the app still, and it's simplistic like the Fire Stick is, or a Google Chromecast is the word I was looking for. Sorry. This is a brilliant idea, but it needs to be at that $60 price point. It can't be anything more than that.
I also think that if you have this, you should get the base version of whatever xCloud would be for free. So
you think the no subscription like Stadia is Stadia's? Yeah. They have a free version which is 1080p, right? Still
1080p 60 frames.
I thought it was 1080 30.
It could be 30. I don't remember.
I think exactly. It's 1080p. I could be wrong, so feel free to email in and tell us we're wrong. But I think it was 1080p 30 was free, and then anything above that was gonna cost you the subscription service, which was £10 a month, right?
Yeah.
Which they haven't said if you get a games bundled in with that, like the games with gold system or anything like that. That's where I feel like, and we just said it, where Microsoft's going to win on this front. Because number one, if you let me bring my library over to xCloud, instantaneously you've got my money. If you're telling me I don't have to re-buy all my games again, and I can just stream, let's say I want to stream Gears of War 4 right now, like obviously if it was out right now, and I could just do that to my phone, and I don't have to repurchase it, and I don't have to, it's the Microsoft Store, something that PlayStation messed up with earlier, it all talks to each other, thankfully. So what I've bought going back, Resident Evil Code Veronica on the 360, I can play that, I can play Resident Evil 4, I can play whatever games I've owned, my library comes over, and everything I buy continuously on the Microsoft Store, I can still stream. Which I think you're right. I hope they do a free version, which is 1080p 30, like whatever it is to match Stadia, and then they have a premium version. I don't know what they would do though, because they've got
4K 60 frames.
So you think that's what you're paying for, is the 4K 60?
Yeah.
Okay, so no, in air quotes, free games, because they already have free games. Or am I getting
with
more free
gold.
games? Like, and again,
Yeah.
air quotes for the free, but you understand what I'm trying to get
It
at here.
depends. Yeah. It could be. It could be you get access to the gold. They give away the gold games there as well.
But then the problem with that is, I agree with you, and that wouldn't be the worst idea. But the problem with that is then, but I already pay for gold, so I'm getting stumped on it. I'm not getting anything for Panda Premium apart from the 4K 60.
Yeah. I don't know. They definitely have to figure something out there. So I don't really know a good answer to that.
What do you think do you think the £10? The one thing Stadia did do was they priced theirs currently. Do you think that the £10 a month, and I think it's just $10 for you guys, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's $8.99 for us. I think it's $10 for you. Again, I just think my brain is definitely American. I was saying this the other day. Like, I think of things, I'm like, oh yeah, dollars. I'm like, no, I'm English. Like, I can't spend dollars over here. But yeah, do you think that's a good price point? And do you think Microsoft should match that with xCloud, or do you think they should try and undercut them somehow, or do you think it will be more expensive?
I think honestly, I think that's a good price point.
120 a year.
Yeah, I think Microsoft's fine going in that. I think Microsoft benefits if they do find a way to bundle Game Pass, maybe in an Ultimate Game Pass bundle.
What? So you're looking at the Ultimate Game Pass is $15.99 a month, which is gold and Game Pass and PC and Xbox Game Pass. So an extra $5.
Yeah, if they make it 20, that's actually
$20.
That's actually not a bad deal,
and that gives you streaming as well.
Yeah, but I don't know if they. I don't know if they
sounds
lose too much money out of that.
Yeah, it sounds too cheap. I think you're looking at 25, right?
Yeah, it really depends, like how much they're willing to
invest. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see price points. I think that's the biggest like iffy factor about the xCloud right now is price points.
Price points, does it work? We got the conversation that we got about it at E3 where people were saying it was working. It was working to a degree, but that was in a convention center. So it was working, but it wasn't perfect. But that was in a convention center full of thousands of people, and it was just literally on Wi-Fi as well. So
and you also have time before it comes out, so that's not even like the final version. So they're still working and tinkering on it. So
100%. When do you think we hear more? When do you think we'll hear more? So do you hear me? You're losing me? Great.
You're back. You're good.
When do you think we'll hear more?
I don't know. I feel like they'll put out a little bit of information little by little until what's their event? The one they're having in London.
Oh, yeah, the XO London. I don't know what it's just XO 2020. Or was it 2019? No, 2019. It's this year, right? Yeah, XO 2019. Yeah, that would be good. I'd love to see it there.
I think XO 2019 is when we get a big drop of info. I think till then they'll sort of put out little information that won't come directly from them. That's sort of like a teaser. How do they respond to this, and how do we respond to that? Yeah.
Okay. We just got our first Microsoft store in London, up in Oxford City. Yami tagged me in a thing saying you should go to it, and it's tomorrow. And I'm like, do I really want to go up there just to watch people be live on? I'm like, I don't know what to expect, but I am kind of tempted to go up there. I'm not really doing anything. I've got to stay in all day tomorrow. Typical. I've got to wait in for a blade for something else.
Do you guys not have any other Microsoft stores up there?
No, I think this was our first one.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I imagine we'll get one in some of the big complexes like Blue Water, Lakeside, places around near me, in London. But yeah, the first one's in Oxford City. Is Oxford City? Oxford Piccadilly? But I don't know where it is. It's Oxford City. That don't sound right. Damn, I'm really not London. Say New York, Chicago. I know all this stuff. I told you. English stuff. Who cares? Who cares?
Move to America. Easy
marry me.
Yeah.
We just do that live on the podcast? Damn.
Don't do that live on the podcast. They can't know it's for you to move over here. They check this type of stuff.
Trust me, they do. But yeah, all good news. If this is true, I do think it's the right way to go. But the price point of it being $60 is the important thing there, in my opinion. All right, what's in your box, Chris? What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing two games. First, Gears of War 4. I went back to that.
What has possessed you to go back?
So Gears of War has been doing a little event where you can unlock skins for the next game.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
and that got Ben to go back.
BN himself.
Yeah, and he hits me up. He's like, "You want to play some video games?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Of course
I
you do.
get on. What's he on? He's on Gears of War. And he's like, "What do you want to play?" You're on Gears of War. Don't worry about it. I'll load up Gears of War.
Yeah.
Play Gears of War, and instantaneously, right when I started playing, I was like, "Man, do I love Gears of War?"
It's a great game.
You forget about it sometimes. Yeah.
It's a great game.
Um,
Well, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because the online community. The problem I always found with Gears of War, once the drop off happens, obviously we play it at the initial period, we enjoy it, we play it for about a month afterwards, like most multiplayer games. Then we all drop off and move on to the next thing. We're reviewing stuff, we're trying to get opinion pieces out, whatever it is. Trying to stay current with the trends in the gaming industry. But I always found that Gears of War, you had a lot of, once all the casuals dropped off, the tryhards were in there, and the pros and people that can actually play. Are you getting your teeth kicked in, or are you actually competent at playing?
no, I thought I'd get my teeth kicked in. I played with Ben, and we played the double Nasher game mode.
Goya, yep.
Which is 2v2
Yeah.
Nasher. It's boxes, or I forget what they call the other map, but it's the construction map with the digger on it.
Yeah, I know what you're on about.
Yeah, so we did that. I got placed bronze,
Okay.
but we played about 13ish matches, and we only lost 2.
Damn.
And we were playing against diamonds and onyxes, and we were beating them.
So they just grinded.
Placed me in bronze. They placed me in bronze.
Sounds like me and Rainbow, mate. Just take it on the chin. Just take it on the chin.
Except you're a bronze player in Rainbow. Anyway.
Okay, I'm allow it.
But yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot. I played it on Xbox and I tried it out on PC.
I don't like it
tempted
on
to try and
PC.
learn on PC.
No, I can't play on PC.
Aiming is great on PC.
Yeah. Everything else.
Aiming is great on PC.
Yeah.
The movement, the wall bouncing, and all that stuff, not amazing
Yeah.
on PC. And that's kind of the issue. It feels really, really awkward, especially when you go from Xbox where I can wall bounce and I can move fluidly.
Yeah.
I don't even have to think about it. It's like
Mhm.
second nature at this point.
Yeah.
And then I go onto PC and it's like I have to think
It's
about
just foreign.
literally
You have to
everything
think
I'm
about
doing.
everything. Yeah, I had it. I remember when I was playing Horde mode on PC a few times, and I was just like, I'm trying because I'm trying to learn, but I'm looking down at the keyboard every 2 seconds. I'm like, let me just put a controller in. Like, I want it to look this good, yes, but I can't. I just can't do it. But I'm glad you're having fun with it again. Like I say, I would love to go back. As we said it, I think last week or the week before. I'd love to go back and do all the story again of every single game.
Yeah.
But just time. Just time. I suppose we probably have enough time before the new one comes out, but
Yeah, the new one comes out October.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we like stick to like one day a week
we can
playing
do
it,
I mean,
yeah,
they
'cause they're
don't
only, like,
take that long.
8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
10 is probably pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, it depends on which game, but yeah. And if we don't play on hardcore, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But you want
definitely do
to
it.
play on hardcore though. You do want to play on
I don't want to
hardcore.
play it on. I just want to play the games, man.
No,
Yeah.
okay, I want to play on hardcore then, because I'm not
Okay.
a wimp like you. I was gonna say the P
Oh,
word, but I thought better not.
I knew you were gonna say the P word.
I didn't.
Disappointed,
I
Fitz.
didn't. New fix. Told you, more mindful.
I'm disappointed you didn't say it. What are you talking
More
about?
mindful fix. More mindful fix.
More mindful.
And what was the second game you've been playing?
Apex Legends.
Oh god, you're back.
I'm back. Oh man, yeah. They dropped a new season.
Mhm.
New season came with a ranked mode, which is done very well. I don't know. I don't think Fortnite has a ranked mode.
Yeah, it
Correct me
does.
if I'm
It
wrong.
does.
It does.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I
got.
didn't
It's
know.
got. I think it's Arena. I think it's called Arena. Arena Ranked or something like that.
Got it. So I don't know how ranked modes in those games work exactly, but in Apex, whenever you get a win and you get kills, or wherever you place, it's based on where you place. So if you get placed 10 and higher, you get at least 2 points for that game, and
Got
then
ya.
per kill, it's 1 to 2 points.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
similar
entirely
with
sure how it
it's
works.
similar with Fortnite. Though it's like
Yeah,
if you win the game, I think you get 5 points, and then you get a point per kill or something like that. I think something like that.
yeah. And then if you're in bronze, you don't lose any points for losing. Like, so the way that it works is when you're in silver and above. I think it's silver and above. I'm not. I'm bronze 1, like 10 points away from silver right now.
Got ya.
But I think it's every match in silver and above, you have to pay to get into a match.
Got
So
ya.
you pay with your RP.
Oh, okay.
So that's sort of like what incentivizes you. I don't know how steep that like payment is and everything, so I'm not too sure, but I like it. I like the like the way it is.
Have people got better at playing as a team, or are you still having the same problems?
Randoms are still randoms. I don't think that'll ever change.
Shame.
It seems like the randoms are better because there's not as many randoms. Sort of like when Apex.
There's not as many people playing now, so I suppose
like when Apex first came out, like the randoms were bad, but they weren't. They were like bearable bad.
Yeah.
Not like when it was at its height where bad randoms were bad. And it was like a 1v5 every fight because your 2 randoms were off doing God knows what.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they added some map changes. New attachment for guns, which is nice. So the Mozambique has an attachment.
Is the Mozambique any good yet?
I've gotten some kills with it, but I've never had the chance to like fully deck out a Mozambique, so I don't really.
You picked up a gold one the other day, right? Was it you I was watching, or was I watching someone else?
Yeah, I picked up a gold one.
Okay, yeah. I was like, and he was like, "Oh no, it's a Mozambique." I was like, I swear they buffed it though. Like
they probably, but I don't think
still in your head. Like, nope, it's a Mozambique. I don't want this.
Really, like if I lose with the Mozambique and it's my fault, I'm blaming the gun. I'm not blaming myself.
Facts. That's just the way you play about everything. To be honest with you,
exactly.
Because you're bad at games.
Better than you though.
That's not true. That's not even.
That's very true. That is very
been
true.
Through this, I'm better than you at games.
What games?
All the games.
Apex. Wait. Apex. Are you better than me?
No, probably not.
Gears of War, are you better than me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you stick with that one, even though you know it's not true. I don't care what the listeners think. I know you know it's not true.
The YouTube numbers are so low, people can't even see my face right now, so it's all good. So
true. Any fighting game, are you better than me?
I beat you. Marvel vs. Capcom, I beat you, remember?
How many times did you beat me?
I beat you, it doesn't matter.
How many times you beat me once? How many times did I beat you?
It doesn't matter, but I beat you.
So you beat me in the warm-up match when I was like, what am I doing?
That's the match that matters.
Is like
that's the
completely
the one that
match
matters.
at that point.
I won. Alright, moving on. What else? I beat you at FIFA.
You cut out. I couldn't hear you.
I beat you at FIFA.
Okay.
I beat you at Madden. I did beat you at Madden. What are you putting faces for? I beat you at Rocket League.
Madden's a toss-up. I could totally beat you at Madden.
What? No, you couldn't. We're playing after this. I will smack you.
I don't have Madden. Too bad.
Looks like someone's gonna buy Crush some EA Access because we're about to play. It's in EA Access. Let's go.
Yeah, but I don't have Madden.
Just install it. Just install it. Don't worry. PayPal donation. It's all good.
You heard that humble brag, guys?
Oh my god! Anyway, we're getting off topic, but I'm better than you. That's all that matters. I'm better than you. Anything else you've been planning? Anything else you've been planning?
No, that's about it.
That's about it. Did you finish Bloodstained?
Bloodstained, no. I've gotten a little bit farther. I have a few more bosses left in that. I haven't quite gotten.
Have you rolled credits yet? Because I know you.
No.
Oh, you don't roll credits. Oh, I thought you had. I thought you were doing like New Game Plus stuff.
Technically I did. Okay, so there is an ending, and I technically did get the ending.
Okay. Does the credits roll though?
I don't remember. You
need to remember that before I let you add it to your list to end. Someone was in there.
I'll beat it by then. I
sure?
think Nelson was in chat. Tony was in chat. Someone was in chat. I don't remember.
Someone was. All right. I wasn't there.
Yeah, but I don't care if you were there.
Yeah. Is that true though?
I don't live my life for your satisfaction, Fix.
Is that true though?
I really don't. Yeah.
I guess so. Well, let's talk about me anyway, because enough about you. I haven't played anything, I'll be honest. Life's just been a bit weird. I've just not had time to really play games as such.
None?
Not really. I sort of just here, there, and everywhere. It's just I've been busy doing things.
I hear that.
You know your camera's disappeared, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I've been busy just doing other things. Like sorting out stuff for the channel and like sorting out branding stuff on the channel and still working, still like paperwork and stuff like that. Just not had time to literally not had time to play anything. So like I said, all I've played is NBA 2K, which
yes,
I like, and I finished the story mode. Nah, sort of. I like. It's weird because like they do like a story mode at the beginning. And then they get you into the league, and then you start playing your league games, and then it opens up like the the court mode and stuff. So like I'm running around and like I go and do my daily spin to try and I just keep getting bloody items. I'm like, I really need coins so I can upgrade my character. I go onto the court to play online. I'm like, actually, you can see everyone else's ranks. There's like my player's rank 65 rating and everyone else is 99. And you're like, I'm good.
It's kind of like GTA Online, where if you're not there from the beginning, you get punished.
Yes. Oh, that is the perfect comparison. Which is like, I can't play online. Like I literally can't play. Like obviously I can play. Like I'm not talking about like the one person character career mode player online stuff. Like you just can't do it. Like I went to the Ret League stuff. And literally it was me, and it comes up first game, and then literally 5 other people joined. And then left. Because they saw me the first game, and then like I was just sat there like, I guess that's the end of this. I guess that's the end of this. So I'm just playing the career mode. There's like, I didn't realize like 83 games in NBA. Like elite.
Yeah, 83 games a year.
A season. Like, I'm just like, I'm sim, and I'm getting none of the XP for that. I'm like, Jesus. So every night I'm sort of like, I'll play one game, and I'm like, that was good. All right, back off.
Yeah,
I'm not even in the starting lineup. I'm the 6th man at the moment in my team. So I'm on the bench for half the game, playing like 7 minutes.
What point are you playing? What position?
Point guard, I think.
Okay. That's I don't know about now, but back in 2K15, 2K16, point guard was the best way to play and make plays.
Yeah. I'm part of the Lakers, and I'm just sort of passing the ball to LeBron every 2 seconds. I'm like, you take it, assist. You take it, assist. And then like the guy on social media in like the games like, AI, because your character's called AI. AI, you suck, man. You only scored 9 points. I was like, bitch, I was only on the court for like 7 minutes.
Yeah, you should be scoring more than 9 points.
I don't score a lot. I think the most points I've ever scored in a game was like 15.
That's not bad. If you score 15 like regularly as a 6th man,
I don't do that regularly.
Who's the point guard on the Lakers?
Okay.
That's what you have to figure out.
There's
competition.
There's Corey Harris, which is like the made up player in the game, in the story. So I went to the same team as him because we're friends now. We got LeBron, you got Lonzo Ball at the moment, even though he just got traded. We got Kuzman. You got some other people. I'll be honest with you, I'm tempted to request a trade so I can go and be the star at somewhere else.
Okay, I just want to point out that if you request a trade, when I played 2K15, I requested a trade to the Knicks. I forgot. I think I was playing for the 76ers at the time. Okay. I was on fire. I was starting. Okay. I was starting.
Here we go.
I was doing great. 30+ points a game.
Yeah.
I requested the Knicks. I requested number 9, which at the time Carmelo Anthony played on that team.
Yeah.
He had the number 9. They're like, no, we're not giving you. And my team didn't like that. I wanted to trade. And they're like, okay, you're going to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, they got rid of you.
I stopped playing.
I
stopped playing.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm scared about. But we're not winning, though. I'll be honest. Like, we're winning some games, and we're not winning others. This is a sport part of the game section of the podcast now, and I'm just like, man, this is weird because like I'm just not getting good. I need to do like a whole day of me in the training facility part and just practicing training and figuring it out because like they got like the training stuff. I'm just it's a whole thing. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. So yeah, I mean, I think I played something else. Did I play something else? No.
Quick shout out to the new mode in Rainbow. I finally got to play it from last week.
Oh yeah, we played. Yeah, what did you think?
Thumbs up. I agree with everything you said last week. It's a fun mode. If you've been wanting to mess around in Rainbow again, that's a good mode to go in. Not good aim practice.
No.
Like I had a question. Not good aim practice. Use a revolver and a single shot shotgun that have to be super accurate with. We found out it's not. You have to be really close.
It's not as. It's not. You have to be really close. You have to be super accurate. Yeah, you're right.
People were sniping with it from quite a distance.
Yeah, so. And I was like, yo, this is some bull. To be honest, I went and played. I played one game with that yesterday, and I went in. I got destroyed. I was like, oh, everyone got good. I'm out. Because I was pretty good when we played. Remember? Give your boy credit where it's due, man.
I'd beat you in Rainbow.
I'd smack you in Rainbow and you know it.
I'd smack you in Rainbow.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't smack anybody at nothing. You stick to your smite and League of Legends, bruh.
I'd beat you in both those as well.
And what's that new game you're playing? The card thing.
Teamfight Tactics. See, I wish this was a PC podcast, man.
Well, it's not, so shut up. We're moving on to the news. Inside and Limbo developers is hiding art for a new hiding art for a new game in job listing. Playdead, the developer of Inside and Limbo, has been offering glimpses of its new game from concept art in its job advertisements. As noted by PC Gamer, Playdead has slowly been revealing new concept images from its up-and-coming sci-fi game posted in a job listing since May. The artwork shows a game that essentially sticks to Playdead's established art style, moody, methodical landscape painted in almost melancholic colours. Being a sci-fi. This new game features strange machinery too. Last year, in an article on DR, Playdead co-founder Arndt Jensen said that the up-and-coming game will move away from 2D style that Playdead is known for, with the game opening up to be a much larger exploration area. And that was taken from IGN. Did you ever like Limbo and Inside? Did you ever play them?
Never played either.
Not your type of game?
They're platformers.
Well,
not really.
Are
not
they?
Really. I think so. I thought they were. That's why I didn't play them. I've only seen screenshots of both of those games with small gameplay clips.
I wouldn't consider them platformers.
Really? Maybe I give them a try.
I don't know. Now I need to figure it. Now I need to have a look. Now I've got Inside.
I've always assumed they were platformers, which is why I've never even thought of playing them, to be honest. It's why I haven't played Ori and the Blind Forest.
It's a puzzle platformer adventure game. That's why, I in my head I think of it as a puzzle game, but I suppose it's not a typical puzzle game. It is, I guess, there are platforming elements to it. Yeah, okay. I'll allow it. Yeah, you don't like platforming at all, right?
Yeah, I'm horrible at it. Any platforming game fix, you'd beat me at. For sure.
I don't think there's anything... We could speedrun Crash Bandicoot, I guess.
Crash Bandicoot... Okay, that's a toss-up because that game is completely...
That game's just really hard, so...
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I played Inside and finished it. I enjoyed it. Was a lot of fun. I never got into Limbo. Did the beginning part maybe 5 times. I'm just like, I don't get it. Played Inside afterwards, enjoyed that more. But I'll be honest with you, I get why people love these games. They're not my type of games. Like, the puzzles are not, like, crazy hard, though, to be fair. Like I thought they would be. Like, they're definitely doable puzzles. Definitely doable. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. It's kind of a bit of both. It's one of those ones. It's hard to read. But I know a lot of people love them.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of praise. Like, a lot of praise. People really love these games.
Definitely.
So this is really good news. I wonder how people feel about it being more like explorable and whatnot.
I suppose it's just them. They probably made enough money from Limbo and Inside to be able to have a bigger budget. It's probably what they wanted to do first of all, but now they're able to do it. It's like got their feet wet and established a fan base, established a direction of which they want to go in, which is the way they tell stories in their games. And now they can do something a bit bigger, a little bit more expansive. So
makes sense.
Yeah. Next up, taken from IGN, Gears of War 5 tech test open to Xbox Game Pass subscribers, and the date has been announced. The up-and-coming Gears of War 5 tech test is available to Game Pass subscribers, not just pre-order customers. Developers of the correlation confirmed according to Eurogamer. Starting July 17th, damn it, I won't be here.
Oh yeah, that's the day you leave, right?
It is. Starting July 17th, both parties can download the tech test, which will still require Xbox Live Gold. The correlation director and communications, Deanna Sessions, confirmed in a blog post. Xbox Game Pass members will see it in their library as is other games available through the program. The tech test will be available to play from July 19th at 10 a.m. PDT through July 21st, and then reactivate on July 26th. Oh, I'll be back. No,
you will be here.
I have one day to play it. I have one day.
Okay.
I have one day to play it. Cool. I'll get to play it. July 29th. Sorry, was that last day? You excited for this? You going to play it?
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. So a lot of Gears 5 multiplayer news has been coming out with escalation, weapons, changes in general. I've
Yeah,
been trying to avoid it in general, just to sort of play this test
got
and
ya.
sort of get my opinions on where things are heading from that. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, I am going to be missing, I did say I'm going on holiday, I am going to be missing a week. Usually I can cover it, because usually what I'll do is I'll record like late one week, and then when I get back, I'll record like instantly after, but I'm going away for a longer period of time this time. So my plan is, which Chris doesn't know yet, my plan is, I've messaged Snowbite Mike to see if he can do the show. I'm hoping he can do the show, and if he can do the show, him and Chris are going to do the show without me. Which will be the first show ever in my Xbox TV history without me.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't miss a week. We can't miss a week. So these are the options. It's either that, or if Mike can't do the show, I get somebody else to cover for him. And if I can't get someone else to cover for him, I do it while I'm on holiday. And I just do it from my phone with a headset, with headphones. And it will be bad quality, but there will be a show. I'm not missing a week. I don't give a crap. Okay. I'm not missing a week. I'll be sat in my hotel, yeah, all right, here's my iPhone headphones. Chris, can you hear me? Yes. All right, you're recording. Yes. Here we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Gears of War 5. Shame I'm going to miss this, so I don't get to dive in a bit deeper than I would have liked. But shit happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next up, Cuphead Netflix TV show has details. Cuphead is coming to Netflix in a joint announcement from Netflix, King Features, and Cuphead developer studio MDHR. The smash hit of 2017, bullet hell boss rushing side-scrolling shooter, starring Cuphead and his blue accented. Oh. That doesn't... Accented? Hey. I've never heard that in the terms of, with. Huh, interesting. Partner Mugman is getting an animated series on the world's biggest streaming network. The series will be called Cuphead, The Cuphead Show. Like the game, the Netflix Cuphead show will feature the 1930s style animation. It will also be hand drawn, though not entirely to prepare this time. Sorry, not entirely to prepare paper this time. Got you. Weird. Sorry, I'm all over the fucking place. And not by Studio MDHR themselves, but instead by Netflix's own in-house animation studio. Quote, "We're not going to be animating this ourselves because it would never be finished," said Studio MDHR Cuphead co-creator Chad Modernhauser is how you say that. Told IGN with a laughing during a phone interview. Quote, "The current goal is to stay as far away from the computer assisted puppeteer animators as possible," he added. The idea will still be that every frame is hand drawn, but probably not on paper. It's going to be hand drawn but digitally Tri-digital, he said. I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that is? Tri-digital?
He made it up.
Oh. Well,
I think that's why it has
that's the quotes.
Whatever around it.
But that's just quotes of what he's saying. Is that a real word? I feel dumb now.
I think it's sort of like air quotes. I think it's supposed to be air quotes.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't,
I would guess.
Doesn't translate.
I've never heard of it
text.
before.
Me either. But I'm very dumb. So, could definitely be a word. You too? Yeah, I mean. Yeah. And you're bad at video games.
Are you trying to say you'll beat me at dumbness?
Yo, I'll beat you at dumbness, bro.
I agree.
Don't come at... Whoa, what? You excited for this?
I don't know. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. I don't know if I'm excited.
Okay, yeah. I mean, are you excited for the Netflix Witcher series?
Yes.
So you're excited for that being... Okay, cool. That makes good to know.
I just don't know how Cuphead transitions into TV.
Easily.
That's what I'm thinking, but it's like I need to see something from it first.
Oh yeah, this is. I think it'll go exactly. It'll stick to the story of the game as well. I think it's just going to be them two on a They sell their soul. They sell their soul to the devil. Blah 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 blah. They go on their adventures. 10 episodes, maybe less than that actually. to be honest with you, because it's animated, and animation takes a
Right.
long time. So maybe you only
Yeah.
get 6 episodes, but longer episodes, because you got to think, and animation, it does take long.
Yeah, but Netflix does quite a few animation series,
Okay.
and they're usually 10 episodes.
Okay, there you go then. So maybe 10
So
episodes.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if they hand draw all of them or if they do what did he say here? Puppeteer animation. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know the difference. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they do, so it really depends.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know either. I think it will translate well though. Could be a really cool show for kids if they do it.
Agreed.
If they do it right, it could either go one of two ways. It could be strictly for adults, and they could take it a more, I don't know, sort of 13 to 18 range. That age group they're looking for. So adults, I'd say like teenage to adulthood. I shouldn't say 18, like and older. Or they can dumb it down and make it funny and make it witty and make it cool for kids. So either or would be cool. So congratulations to them. The other Cuphead news we have here is Cuphead has now sold over 4 million copies worldwide. Studio MDHR has announced today that its gorgeous but equally as brutal side-scrolling shooter Cuphead has now sold more than 4 million copies worldwide. Cuphead was released first on the Xbox One and PC. It was then followed by a port onto the Nintendo Switch that launched earlier this year. So yeah, clearly the Switch, moving it to Switch has made it sell even more so. I think I remember last reporting on it was at 2 million. So I'm guessing it's done really well on Switch. Which, if that is the case, you can totally see why Microsoft's going to bring over more games that fit that platform.
About to mention that, but like this is sort of like echoing Microsoft's decision of we're putting our software in as many places as possible.
Yep.
That sort of fit their business models. So this is a really like 2 million to 4 million. You have to think it was a little over 2 million probably.
You were the fault
on Xbox, but
and
let's
PC.
say even only 1 million Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
Let's say only 1 million came from the Switch. Still a really big number.
What was 1 million they was excluded?
Yeah, exactly.
I think the thing we forget, which is weird because we do it, is people double dip a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to Zyger. Zyger bought Stardew Valley on everything. Available.
And he's got it on everything. On Minecraft, he's got it on everything. It's like people love to don't love to double dip, but if it's a good experience, they will. And Cuphead, I've heard, is a good experience. The load times are a little bit longer on Switch, but it's still the same experience. It still looks good. It's just the load times are a bit worse, which you expect on a lesser platform.
Exactly. Especially with those $10 to $20 games where it's like it's not super expensive. Oh, it came out on this month. Okay, I'll get it on that.
Yeah.
I really like this game and I want to help support that developer. Even if I never played on that console, a lot of people do that.
Yes, exactly. So congratulations to them again. Next up, a weird one. Batman Arkham Collection re-releases 3 Rocksteady games this September. All 3 of the core Rocksteady Batman Arkham games are being re-released for Xbox One and PS4 this September. A listing for Batman Arkham Collection was posted on Amazon UK, announcing the re-release ahead of any official reveal from Warner Bros. On the developers Rocksteady. However, Rocksteady's marketing game manager, Gaz Davis, confirmed the Arkham Collection on Twitter. Quote, quick info for players who have been asking, Batman Arkham Collection is coming to Europe in September and includes the E2DK skin. This is the first time it's available outside of NA. Early next year, the E2DK will be released as a free download for everyone who owns Batman Arkham Knight on PS4 worldwide. Why?
New Batman game coming out.
Well, clearly. That's or something's coming soon, but this just seems stupid. This did really. Why? We've got these games. At least if you're gonna do this, bring value to the customer. At least do a port for Origins. Do a port for the Vita game. I think there was, which I heard wasn't great. Do a port for. Is there any mobile games out there?
I have no clue.
I don't know either. Whatever is out that exists of this generation of Batman games, put that all into one package and then resell that. Bring value to the customer. There is no value in this.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little weird. It's also like I would imagine this comes out way before any conference where they would announce Batman.
Maybe Comic-Con they announce it, which seems like a very weird
Me,
place.
hmm, Co- Comic Con only makes sense, I think, if it's not a Batman game that they're announcing.
So if it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game or something like that.
Yeah, then I think Comic Con makes sense
Okay.
because no other franchise that they probably work on would be as big gaming wise. So maybe there's no need to put it at E3 and you show E3 with gameplay or whatever you have.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, to me, this seems super bonehead. It seems super not nice, if I'm honest with you, because I'm pretty sure. Let's look at this from a wider spectrum, right? You've got Batman Arkham Knight already in Game Pass. They've already put that in Game Pass, so you can get that one there. On Steam, these goddamn games go on sale every time there is a sale, so you can pick them up dirt cheap there. Go on, you've got something.
Does this come with all the DLC
Yes.
for the games? Maybe that I could kind of see it if somebody skipped out on all the DLC if it included Origins.
I don't get I understand that that's not a Rocksteady game, but I look at this from the value of a paying customer, which me and you like. Why am I buying this? Okay, it has all the DLC in it. Like, okay, I guess. If I really wanted that DLC, I would have bought it though. Like a lot of people already own these games digitally. I do. I own all these games already.
And most of these games are on current gen right now, correct? All 3 of these games.
Well, you can get Asylum. Sorry, so there's Asylum, which was the Xbox 360, right? Asylum was the 360 one, which you can get via backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, if I'm not mistaken. Which I don't think you can do on PS4, I assume. Which I don't really care about PS4, but I'm trying to rationalize it for why they did this. City was 362, and I'm pretty sure that's backwards compat.
Yeah.
And then Night, which come out on Xbox One.
Yeah. I don't
know. I think it's a weird one. Maybe if I'm wrong, which feel free to let me know. If they're not backwards compatible, maybe then it makes sense because you can't get these games on this platform.
Right.
But I'm almost certain that they're backwards compatible.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing that would have made a lot more sense to me would be take out Night and just do Origins.
Or just add Origins. Like, I know it's clearly more work, but just add value for what you're trying to sell. Right now, I get the DLC, and you make a great point there, which I didn't really think of, which is if you didn't play the DLC, why not hop back in and play all these games again and play all the DLC? But was the DLC ever that good? Like, I don't know. I was super late to these games, so...
I know Origins had a really good DLC with the freezer.
But that's the best game. That's why I want added.
Yeah, it's not the best game.
Bias. Do you know why?
Why did you think that?
Because I'm Batman. Moving on. Borderlands 3 has new competitive multiplayer modes and an Apex Legends style ping system. Crash's face is just not good. Sorry, audio listeners. Gearbox Software has revealed a new accessibility feature for Borderlands 3, including an Apex Legends style pinging system that will allow players to point out enemies, friends, chests, items, and more. Gearbox detailed these new additions in a press release and further explained that the ping system will ensure communication is in place for co-op teammates, even when voice chat is not available. When players ping anything in the world, a contextually relevant VO line will be played, and the marked point will appear in the game's world, as well as on the minimap for each player. In addition to the ping system, Borderlands 3 will also feature a full suite of accessibility options, ensuring that players will be able to enjoy the latest game. Players on any platform will be able to fully remap controllers, which will allow the Xbox Adaptivity controller to be used to its full potential. So there's a couple of things here. They've announced there's a multiplayer mode, which I think that's what we're starting. I just don't. When I think Borderlands, I don't think multiplayer. I don't know. I feel like it, not in a mean way, but I feel like it's kind of lazy. Because I feel like it's to try and keep players around longer, which is what we've spoken about before. I don't know if it was on the podcast or not, but we spoke about what would Borderlands have to do to keep us going, which is like add more end bosses so we can grind them out for loot and add more content.
Or even remix content, not even like fully new content, just change it up a bit.
Exactly. This smells to me like a half-baked... We've seen the drop-off on 1, 2, pre-sequel. What do we do? Oh, let's have the multiplayer mode. It's like... I don't think that's what I want.
That's exactly where my head went. That this is incredibly lazy, and it's why. Like my another issue is like when I think Gearbox and I think multiplayer, what my head goes to is Battleborn.
Yeah.
Battleborn.
Yeah.
Not a great game.
No.
So
and maybe lazy is not the right word. Maybe just not
well thought.
Yeah. Maybe because lazy would imply that.
They didn't put work.
Into it, which I think is probably hypocritical of us to say, considering we know how hard devs work. But just non-thoughtful. It just seems a bit. When I read this, I was just a bit like, but why? Who in the Borderlands community was saying we need multiplayer? We want like a competitive multiplayer. Yeah. Nobody.
It's especially because like. The only time competitiveness ever happened is when you're messing around. And
that's the best part of it is when you're messing around and you just
like
punch someone. Exactly.
It's not serious. And if you're going directly into a competitive multiplayer, it's like I want to win. I'm playing to win.
But what do I get for playing multiplayer? Is what interests me more. Like, am I getting loot at the end of it each time?
And then does loot transfer between the single player and the multiplayer? Do characters transfer? Does that mean weapon balancing has to be balanced for both?
I don't know.
And do we get a situation like Destiny where a good single player weapon is nerfed because it's really good in multiplayer?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have any of those answers yet. It just seems super weird. Super weird. Love the fact they've added the ping system though, because every game should have that.
100%. There's no excuse for a game not to have the ping system.
Tim McGetty was saying on this week's Games Daily. He was saying that. It's like aiming down sight in video games now. A ping system. Where it's like every single game should have it now. There's no reason not to. It's that important. And it's that good that it should be in every shooter.
In some variation. Maybe not as in-depth as Fortnite.
I don't think it even needs to have it doesn't need to have a voice line for everyone. I do like that in Borderlands because it's going to give the game more personality. But like Battlefield, again, I haven't played much of Battlefield, but that should have a ping system. Like every shooter going forward should be thinking we need to have a ping system.
To be fair though, Battlefield was one of the first games to add marking enemies.
That's true.
Sort of in its defense.
Ping
definitely improves it. Rainbow had a ping system way back when it launched.
Yes.
Now it came out with the ping system and it worked great. And I think we kind of undervalued it, especially back when we first played.
I mean, if you're playing when you play it and you're not good at the game. You don't really.
It's just a button that I'm like never pressing.
Yeah. It's like why is this even here?
Changed from full auto to single and stuff like that, and half the time that's an accident. And all that stuff. So I won't ping. I won't ping in Gears of War. Gears of War has marking still, but I just won't be able to ping.
Gears of War has Gears of War has their own version of it.
Gears of War's had it since 3. 3 added marking.
Got you.
After Battlefield, Gears added it.
Which is smart.
Yeah,
which 100%. Is smart. Again,
I still want to be able to ping though, like ping into a room and that's where they are. It just makes it easier.
Yeah. Okay.
Not like ping specific like power weapons and stuff like that. I think that's a little bit too much. That not necessarily like you don't need that.
Yeah.
You don't need to go that far.
Okay. So just the generic stuff you're happy with. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Well, games we go this month. You have got Inside, which we just spoke about. Great game, Chris. Maybe try it out. It's games with gold. It's not free. It's games with gold. And Big Crown Showdown. And for 360 owners, you've got Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Meet the Robinsons. Let's jump into Fix a Sack. If you want to email him, myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. We have taken Cresh's thoughts on board. We are now tweeting out before we go live our questions. You can hashtag MXAM. Also, if you want to tweet us, or I put a post up in the Facebook group as well, where we got some questions from. We got a couple here, so I'll read them real quickly. But remember, if emails is your thing, more long formed, thought out stuff, my Xbox and me podcast@gmail.com. This one is from @awildyarmy enters and says, thoughts on the Cuphead show and the leaked date for Final Fantasy VII Remake for Xbox being the same day as PS4. We already spoke about the Cuphead stuff, so we won't go into that again. But did you see this, the Final Fantasy stuff?
No, this article was the first time I saw it.
Yeah, so GameStop has apparently leaked the date for it coming to Xbox. I think it's bullshit, hence why it wasn't in the news this week.
Yeah,
I think this
that
was...
would be my... It's a placeholder. I would assume it's a placeholder, and they don't know what other date to give it. Which means it probably is coming to Xbox, and they've been confirmed. They have it confirmed, I'd assume. Or they're assuming it's coming to Xbox.
Yeah, I
like,
think...
we need something in the system that's a placeholder. Let's just put this. We know that's when the game... Or something got mixed up in the back end. I don't know how their systems work and everything.
Honestly, I don't think it's even that deep. I just think it's some dumb who runs the website has been like... Oh, Final Fantasy VII. 15 comes
out that day.
15 came to Xbox, so why would this one not come to Xbox? Simple.
Yeah. One slight sliver of maybe is that Final Fantasy 15 used to be called Final Fantasy 13 Versus, and it was a PlayStation exclusive. That fell through, so maybe... I don't think that's happening here, but like maybe that's like the only way I could think this could happen.
But why would it fall through? But that being said, they didn't mention at the Square thing, there was no talk of PlayStation only or PlayStation first or nothing.
Yeah.
But then in the same breath, they was avoiding questions around Xbox. They couldn't get a straight answer at E3 if the game was coming to Xbox.
It could be that Sony threw them a few extra bucks and was like, just don't talk about Xbox.
Seems weird, but maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but yeah, it does seem weird. So, yeah, there's that. Paul Dans in the Facebook group says, okay, question would be then, what do you want from Borderlands 3? What will keep you going back into it and not going off it after a few weeks like Division 2? First of all, I did not jump off Division 2 in a few weeks. I played Division 2 few weeks.
Few weeks. How long is a few weeks?
A few weeks is 2 weeks. That's a few weeks.
A few weeks could be 3 to 4 weeks.
No, when you say a few weeks, you think 2 weeks, right?
That's like a handful of weeks. That's a few weeks.
I'm Googling what is
a few is 3 or more, I'm pretty sure.
If you say something will happen, for example, in a week's time or two, oh no, that doesn't really help me.
It works against you. How much?
No, it doesn't. It just doesn't work. It doesn't say
how
many.
A few?
Couple means 2, few means 3. Okay.
3 or more.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I think I played longer than 3 weeks, just so we're aware, because the raid didn't come out in 3 weeks, just so we're aware, but sure.
But you stopped playing before the raid came out, and then came back right when the raid came out.
I played the week of the raid beforehand.
Right, but you had stopped before that. Don't try and twist this.
To answer your question, what do I want from Borderlands 3 is what they've shown. More bosses, which I'm happy about. Just more. Bigger, more excitable characters, cool guns. Endgame content is the main thing, which is more that goes on to your question. But Borderlands 2 did have endgame stuff. I just never got to it.
Yeah.
To be fair. Like, I never grinded to level 50. Ever. So I sit here like, oh, I want more content. Any Borderlands game, 1, 2, pre-sequel, I've never got to level 50. So... Yeah.
To be fair, you've also never said you want more content specifically for Borderlands.
No.
So, that, and like, even past that, it's just releasing new stuff, which Borderlands tends to, at least with Borderlands 2, they released, 2, 3 expansions?
Yeah. It's, they did, 1 did zombies. 2 did
Pirates,
Tiny Tina,
and the newest one.
The couple ones, and then I guess you would count the newest one because Borderlands 2 still, which is still weird. We got to play that before 3 comes out.
And then Yeah, and then new characters as well.
They did the new characters. They did the Necromancer. They did it's another character. The Psycho. That's the one I was looking for. Thank you. So there's content, but what would keep me going? To be honest with you, it's the same question, the same thing for Division. What would keep me going is the community. If there's a community of people, day in, day out, that want to play Borderlands 3 and want to grind and want to level and want to play, then I'm going to be there to do that, because that's how I love playing my games, especially these type of games. The reason Division 2 dropped off, and the reason, honestly, and this is not to throw Crash under the bus, but if Crash was playing Division 2, we would have played Division 2 longer than we did. Because we would have had... No, exactly. You didn't like it. So, and the same thing could happen with this. You're not really a big Borderlands fan. But when my core people that I play games with, if they drop off, then it usually means I drop off. Because it's very hard for some reason to get people to come on and play. Again, everyone's got different work schedules. Everyone play games at different time. Especially me now. Like, I'm going to be streaming from 12 till 5. So...
Your time.
My time, GMT. So you got to think... Everyone's at work until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, some people, depends on what type of job you're in. So, really, I've only got like an hour to really play games with everyone who's just finished work. So, it's a hard one. It really is. For me, though, if you're asking me what would keep me going, is if the community are there day in, day out, want to play, want to help each other, want to level up multiple characters, so they want every character to level 50 and stuff like that, I am down to do that. But when it's just me playing Borderlands 3 on my own, that's not fun. Like it is when I'm playing the story, because you're experiencing the story, but sitting there and leveling that characters, just not for me. Like, just that's why I drop off. Division 2 would have been great if we would have grinded it out, but we didn't. Like, we didn't get raid ready. Which, not a lot of people did get raid ready, really, in the grand scheme of things, but... Especially
on console.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It's like... If there's people there, I'd love to go back to Division. I always hate to Crash. Let's play Division. Like, I'm tempted to play it again.
He's mentioned it a few times. I could get you leveled up in a weekend.
I could, and I would sit there and do it. I know, because I love that game. But nobody on my friends list hits me up to play games, which is weird. Like, nobody's like, yo, Fix, what you playing? Like, never. No one hits me up on Facebook or Twitter or anything. But I'm always down to play games. If I've got the spare time, especially now, all I've got is spare time, I'm always down to play games for the community. So hit me up at MC Fixer on Twitter, XOB space Fixer on Xbox. So yeah. Last but not least is an email from Mr. Moody, and it goes a little something like this. Hello, you sexy hosts. As we know, we are getting close. As you know, we're getting new consoles next year. Quote, whoop whoop. My question is, what do you think Xbox will do a review event? When do you think Xbox will do a review event of the new console? Do they wait until E3 2020, or having a review event a couple months before E3? Thanks, stay glorious, your friend, fan and lover, Mr. Moody. I honestly think they're going to wait until E3 2020. Yeah. Do I think that's the right move? No. I think if it was me, the inside Xbox before E3, I would show the hardware, I would show the specs, I would get all the boring stuff out of the way. Because that show, I love the show because I love Xbox, but it's a nerdy, boring show. It's people talking the whole time, to be fair. Right. It's not like State of Play where they're like games. Like Xbox do their idea Xbox One, which is that. But this is like, they can sit down, they can talk about the new hardware, they can go into the nerdy specs, they can go into, it can do 8K, which they've said all this stuff, but it's got to reiterate it, they've got to try and sell it to people. I would do that there, then I would do E3, and I would probably show a little bit, maybe I'd show the hardware there, save the price until E3, then do the price and show the hardware off again, bring it out again, show the price, and then boom, holiday window, start selling. That's how I would do it.
I think I would show it off the first time at E3 and then have Inside Xbox at the E3 event and then mention it. Yeah. They mention it this time that more info on the new Xbox.
That would be dope.
Later in the week at Inside Xbox.
Well, it's a day later. It's a day later. It's not even a week. They do it the day after. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Because I think that announcement at E3 is kind of big, And I think doing it earlier at an Inside Xbox is kind of a waste of that.
But in the same breath, Sony are back next year. You've got to imagine. So the mind share is gone again. This was Xbox year to just have IGN, GameStop, Kotaku, everyone on them, and they didn't utilize it, which we've agreed on. They didn't utilize it this year. Next year it is going to be PlayStation versus Xbox again. So maybe get out in front of that. That's what PlayStation did. Remember, they did their own little event for press and stuff. Go on.
So do you think Sony reveals their console
at E3? No.
Yeah.
I think they do what they did with the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Which is they should do the press event again. Which is why I think Inside Xbox should have their own thing. Because then it's like 2 separate days of like just talking about that one thing. Where if it's E3, it's got more of a buzz for us, but for Xbox as a marketing business, as a business, doesn't make sense.
So, okay, so what if they do the Inside Xbox before E3 and they're like, they talk specs, they don't talk name, they don't show the console, they talk specs and what's going to be under the hood.
We've already got that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like the name and the showing the console is such a waste before.
Either this is the way I do it. Either they say the name the name, the price, the specs at Inside Xbox before the month before. Then they show the hardware. So then they've still got the, oh my god, new Xbox, have a look at this. Or they do it the other way around, where they show the hardware, but say you have to wait for the name at E3 20 with the price and the specs. They've got to do it one way or the other, in my opinion.
The price, I don't think we get until E3.
Which would make sense.
Yeah.
But
that's something
the scary thing is,
they mentioned.
The scary thing is they go second, though. They go first before Sony. So they could have that whole situation again where it's like, oof, it's 450.
They get undercut right at the show, like 5 minutes before Sony goes on, like, let's change that price.
There must be people sitting there going, look, if they come in at 500, we're going in at 450. And they work out the math. They work out the math, obviously.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's like when drafting season comes for NBA and people are like, okay, this is what we want, but we have like 10 other picks in case like you don't know what'll happen. Yeah. I'm sure Sony's like that. These are the price points we can mess with. This is like all the numbers they can mess with. They'll have ready.
Yeah, that's what I think anyway. But that's what I would do. What would you do? Which way round?
I think the hardware at Inside Xbox would probably be what I do.
And then name, price, specs.
Name, price, and everything. Yeah. And real showing of it. Even if it's just a video at E3, I think I'd be fine with. But at least showing the hardware and like teasing it a little bit like, oh, this is coming.
I just think Inside Xbox needs something because they have a show and they need to utilize that show.
Yeah.
And not only that, E3 you don't want to get eaten alive by the E3 press, which is onto the next thing, onto the next thing, onto the next thing.
Yeah.
We do it. We're Twitch streamers and we do it, which is like, we did it with Xbox. Like, there wasn't even a PlayStation this year, but it was, cool, on to the next thing. And I'll try and remember minute, and I'll try 12 minutes, and I'll try and remember...
just forget about it.
Blazed Edge, and I'll try and remember... Was it Blazed Edge? The new Ninja Theory game? What's it called? See?
Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding Edge. There you go.
I have no clue if that's the actual
That is it. You're right.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? We're on to the next thing instantly.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with a console. It's the same thing.
And it's really tough because Sony is back next year. I kind of forgot about that.
They gotta be, right? There's no way they skip E3 again next year.
Yeah. I mean, the only way they would have skipped E3 next year is if they planned on doing a PlayStation experience this year.
Exactly. Next year. No, next year. I think if they end that, but they have to bring it forward because usually it's in December.
Right. So you do it before that. Yeah. You do it like a month. When's E3? E3 is June. Maybe, so you do it a month before that.
Maybe they do a EA Play where they do it the same time. Like, it won't be in LA, or maybe it is. Like, they find something close enough to E3 that everyone's gonna go there. People care about Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, Xbox is gonna be at E3, but they're in their own theater because they got that Microsoft money. Nintendo's still at E3 doing it traditionally, and then if PlayStation's like, yeah, we're at E3, but we're just down the road, cool. Like, they're still at E3 technically.
I agree.
It's an interesting one. It really is. Thank you all for your emails. Remember, email them, myxboxandmepodcast.com. You can tweet at me with the hashtag MXAM and at MCFixer. Let's plug, and get ourselves out of here, Krish. What have you got to plug this week?
Twitch.tv/Crushnick. The days that Gears of War 4 test servers are up, I'll be playing that.
You mean
I'll be
5?
streaming it. 5. That's what I said. Didn't say 4.
Okay.
You beat me in numbers as well, Fix. I just want to throw that out there.
Be you at brains, be you at numbers, be you at games. Don't you forget. Don't you forget.
Two of those aren't true.
There will be a show next week, but I am not here. I am on vacation. Don't stress. I promise you guys, there will be a show. I don't care if it's me sat in a corner recording it on an iPhone and then sending it to Crash on slow Wi-Fi and him uploading it for me. There will be a show. Will I be on the show? I don't know yet. The plan is to have Crash and Snowbite Mike do the show together, and then they will upload it, and then I will listen to it on the beach where I'm going to be vacationing. But if that doesn't work out, I will shoot it from where I'm at. There will be a show. No stress. Don't do 193 weeks without missing a week, and then go on holiday and miss a week.
You have to at least hit 200 before you miss.
I'm not missing.
You're so close. I'm just saying, if you were to miss, you have to at least hit 200.
I'm not missing. I don't want to miss.
I hear you.
I don't, but yeah, you can follow me everywhere at MCFixer, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all of them, and Twitch. I will be back on Twitch from July 29th, sorry. I come back the 27th, and then I start streaming again the 29th. I'll be streaming again Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 12 till 5. So yeah, my schedule's officially been announced now, and I will be back the 29th. The plan is to try and do a 12-hour stream the 29th, but if I'm being honest with you, I don't think that's going to happen. And the only reason I don't think that's going to happen, because I owe Tony a 12-hour stream, because I didn't beat Sekiro. But the problem with that is I'm going to start at 7, and no one's going to be awake. I don't want my first stream to be me at 7 o'clock in the morning, nobody there, and then I'm doing 12 hours, and it's like, I want, like, if at least it's like 29th, 12 o'clock, 12 till 5, 5 hours, let's go. So, yeah, that is the plan. Thank you all for listening and watching, and until next time, I will love you, leave you, and see you later. Goodbye.
Bye.